Hello, everybody. This is C.J. Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, and across the Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. So today I pretty much had a diet break at lunch where I had like a chocolate shake, and it was 89 calories, and that was more than I felt comfortable eating in a day because I try to stay under 50. So I fasted for the rest of the day. Now it's close to midnight. It wasn't like an official fast because I did have that calories and stuff. So what I have is I have these pork loin bits that I put in this bowl. Then I went for a walk, and as it was, the flour was setting, and this is just all-purpose flour. Then I took the remainder of the flour, uh, mixed it half and half with 3 eggs and a little bit of water to a consistency, kind of a pancakey, a little thinner maybe than a pancakey batter. Then I'm going to get this here, and then I'm going to put it. I'm going to let it sit here for a moment. Then I'm going to put it in this egg wash. Go ahead and do this one. Uh, and if I needed to redip or whatever, that's fine. But I really kind of want to experiment and see how this egg wash works on the outside. And I'm going to put it in the oil. And so we're working on a southern fried or chicken fried pork loin. Uh, Not the most heart healthy, but it's definitely keto if I stay within portion controls. And I've got enough of these that I'm going to fry them up. And between the next couple of chicken wings that I have left over and this, I really shouldn't have to do an actual meal again until cook, for a few days. And that's something that I want. I want to make sure that on a keto diet, when I really want to do something that's ketogenic, and I really want to stick to it, that I want to make sure that I've always got some sort of meat snack or uh, low carb, something that's available to me, extremely low carb, you know. And by having some pre-prepared meals, that's a good way to go. So I'm going to do is take these, lay them in here, these pork loins, and then I'm going to put the lid on it and deep fry them. Then I'm going to drain them, you know. But yeah, and I've got these, they're small. The reason why they're small, for one reason, they're easy to handle in the skillet and the oil. But the next other reason is that if it's easy for portion control. If I want to have one or two of these or whatever, it's easy to say one or two of those equals like one pork loin, or one. Well, really about three of the bigger ones would equal one of the pork loins, one chop of the pork loin. But if I want to reduce my carbs, or if I want to keep a tighter control, then I'm dealing with smaller bits. If I want to have maybe one or two of these as a meal, that's going to be fine. Versus if I leave the pieces whole, or maybe just cut up a whole, like it's a mental thing. If I put out like a whole pork loin in the oven uh, and roasted it, that I'm cutting off, then maybe I wouldn't have the discipline. But if I visually see what my portion is, in other words, scoring my portion, so to speak, in these smaller bits, then maybe I'll have a little bit better control with a portion control of my diet, if that makes any sense. And I don't know if I mentioned it. Okay, so it is garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, to taste. I like heavy, to taste. Probably we'll go make your hand about that. And that's the circumference of what you put on the surface. Black pepper, double it for me. But the circumference of your hand, or my hand, and that's onion powder, garlic powder, basil, uh, coriander, and black pepper. Those are the spices that stirred into here. And by coriander, I mean, yeah, just uh, cumin seeds, which is the same as a ground cumin. The seed is from the same plant as the coriander, so it's not actually coriander, it's actually cumin seed, ground cumin seed, rather than coriander, to be specific. So, cumin seed, uh, onion powder, garlic powder, uh, basil, black pepper. Black pepper. I like a lot of black pepper. Okay, it's almost time to flip them. So here we go. uh, 2 or 3 minutes per side until golden. About 6, 7 minutes total, give or take, for medallions about this size. If you wanted to beat this out flatter, it'd be really great. You'd end up having maybe a German uh, schnitzel type pork if you wanted to. I typically don't beat them out flat. If you did that, you can make sandwiches with them. I just wanted a good, something small. And yeah, this looks great. I'm about to put them to drain. Okay, so check these bad boys out. These are the pork loin. I get this. These would qualify as medallions if I wanted to. Truthfully, if I made them, if I cut them a little smaller, they'd probably make more attractive looking medallions. But they're great. Some of the pieces of the pork loin, I actually left a little bit larger for times when I wanted maybe a larger meal, or the next couple of days, maybe if I want to do something a little bit different, because this could be a starter. And then you could, like I said, you could do something else with it. Basically, right now, what I'm going to do is just take one of these suckers, put them on a plate, come over here, and eat it. So here we are, and it's just after midnight. It's just me, no need for fancy. I'm just going to try this out, and then I'm going to go flip those other. I have some other pork loin in the oven. If I do something, I'm going to go ahead and do like enough of it to last me 2 or 3 days. So yeah, get about 2 to 3 batches of this stuff coming out. So we have a very delectable pork loin, just the slightest bit of pink remaining. But look at that. And so 1, 2 of these would be just perfect per meal. Now what you want to do with something like this, if you're going to really do a keto like this, is you want to do 5 to 6 meals in the day if you can, instead of 2 big meals and maybe a lighter meal and then a bunch of snack food. You really just want to break it down and have smaller portions. Our body will process our food, which is our fuel, more efficiently. And yeah, so remember that if you can. By the way, pretty standard and basic. The way I did the layering for the breading, the reason I did it the way I did it is because I wanted a crust that would stick. And if I want to go a little bit longer on here, I'll get a little bit more of a crispier. It's crunchy on the outside and a little bit, yeah, this is good. It's somewhere between a chicken fried steak, chicken fried pork chop, and a tempura. It's kind of halfway in between there. It's got a slight egginess to it, which is better because, this is really good. I think what I'm going to do with the next batch is almost if this were, it could have fried a little bit longer. This is okay. This is fine because it's dumpling-esque, slightly moist. Most of the time, and this plate was, I just finished washing it too. Most of the time though, I'm going to do the rest of these a little bit longer. And then, of course, by the time I get around to reheating in a day or so, when I reheat them in a microwave or something like that, then the crust will get crunchy or whatever. So it's going to be fine. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving this. So I'm going to finish this. And you guys have a good night. Love and light. Peace. Good night.